Test your knowledge. Join Traders Academy today.
This lesson will introduce the Global Bond Scanner and help you configure to restrict the results to bonds of certain coupon, maturity, or yield constraints. To access the scanner, click the blue New Window button to the upper left of the Mosaic interface. Under the Technical Analytics category, locate and click the Bond Scanner. This will open the scanner in a separate window. In the upper right corner of the scanner, you will see the usual controls to minimize, maximize, and close the window, and you will see a chain link icon should you want to color link to any other pages in Mosaic. Finally, to the right of the pushpin icon that will keep the window on top of other pages, you will see a drop-down menu linking to the user guide. Click this to view general information on market scanners in TWS. In the center of the window, the Global Bond Scanner lists all 6 bond types that can be used as your universe to start filtering. This list is replicated to the upper left of the bond scanner in the instrument selection field. Click on Corporate Bonds. The scanner now displays several input panels containing multiple filters. To the top left, the scanner is named according to the instrument type, as well as how the results will be displayed. Before we start filtering, you can see that this shows the ranking will be by maturity far to near. You may change the return results by selecting from the Sort By menu to its right. You can change to maturity near to far or choose from coupon, credit rating or CUSIP. There are several financial ratios if you want to use these to drive the results. The italicized choices indicate that I am missing data from some exchange, which means my ranking might be incomplete. To the right of this menu is an auto refresh field, which when checked will scan intermittently when your scan is complete. Without this box checked, your results will not update again. Further to the right is a Max Results drop-down selector from which you can limit the number of bonds that will be displayed during the scanning process. You can leave this set to auto or narrow the results to a specific few. There is an icon to save your scan when you create something you want to use frequently, and a push pin to keep your bond scanner window on top of other open applications. Let's start with a simple example of using the bond scanner to filter for bonds from a single company. I will use IBM to begin with, and I will type the ticker into the stock symbol field. Without using any other filter, I will check the search button at the top of the window. The scan results appear in the main window, and if you look above the first column titled Bond, you can view the number of results that the search returned. This display is configurable. Let me add a column to display the bond maturity date with a right click on the column header and choosing Insert Column, and locate maturity from Financial Instrument Description. With this column added, you can easily see that my universe of IBM bonds is indeed displayed by farthest to nearest maturity date. Click the Edit button to the right of the Search button to reveal the set of filters again. Above the stock symbol input field is a checkbox to include bonds without quotes. Let's check this box, and when done, click the Search button once again. The number of bonds retrieved may have increased since some issues may not have a live quote due to liquidity reasons. Next to IBM, there are 2 buttons with 3 dots. The left of these will reset the input field. The right of these will create an additional input field. I'll click on the right button and in the resulting field enter the ticker V for company Visa Inc. and then hit search. The result now includes all outstanding issues for both IBM and Visa. The total number of bonds retrieved increased, and once again the list is displayed by maturity from far to near. Click Edit again. Let's say now we want to restrict the results to a specific maturity range from 2028 to 2035. I can do this by entering these dates in the maturity date input fields in the center of the filtering area, using 01/2028 as the minimum and 12/2035 as the maximum. Note that I have to specify the month at either date, or else the filter will omit some data. When done, click Search to refresh with the new filter in place and see how many bonds fit the criteria. You can see how the results shrink when I add more useful filters. Remember to use Edit and Search when you want to reset filters or add more. You can add additional ticker symbols if you wish, or remove them altogether to scan the entire available universe. Let me remove the IBM and V symbols, and instead I will enter a minimum coupon rate of 4% and a maximum coupon rate of 7%. And I will restrain this to those same maturity dates of January 2028 and December 2035. To narrow the universe, click on the Search button. This time my search retrieved many issues. Remember that you may change the resulting display, perhaps to yield low to high or yield high to low, using the Sort By drop-down menu. With so many bonds returned, I may now want to restrict the result further by using another filter, such as credit rating. So let's click the Edit button and locate the input fields for Moody's or S&P ratings agencies. I will choose S&P in this example and click on the drop-down menu and select the minimum reading. And I'll do the same for the maximum rating, choosing the highest level in this case. When done, click Search. The number of retrieved items has decreased enormously, helping me decide which bonds I should take a deeper look at. You could further lift the minimum rating requirement and continue restricting the universe if you choose. By now, you should have an excellent idea of how these filters work. Not all of them need explanation, and you need to know where to either enter stock symbols or not enter them at all. You can filter according to the size of a company, how much outstanding debt it has on its books, or by several book value ratios. In the series of filters to the right, you can also include or exclude bonds with specific characteristics, such as those that have previously defaulted, are trading flat, are callable, or exchange listed. The final column allows users to determine which economic sector the bond scanner adopts or drops from its search. For example, you may only want to hunt for bonds in the energy sector. Or if you want to exclude the utility sector from your bond search, check the relevant Include or Exclude box before running the search. So far, I have explained to you how to use any of the available filters to narrow your bond search for corporates. Using the scanner allows you to search by a single company or a narrow list. You can search within a sector or you can eliminate a sector. You may also look for specific maturity dates or seek bonds of specific quality from high risk to low risk, and you can display the results in high to low fashion by maturity or by yield. Finally, note that as you add and remove various filters, the scanner name lists the conditions you have used. To reset the scanner, look all the way to the right of the page to see the red icon with white bar. Click this icon to wipe out prior filters. Let's look at how the filters differ when we look at other types of bonds. For US certificates of deposit, or CDs for short, the simplified bond scanning filters reflect the nature of this instrument. The easiest approach is to perhaps create a list of available CDs so that you can see the type of company that issues them. To do this, I will enter min and max maturity dates in the input fields, remembering again to use the format month/year. When done, I will hit search, and you can see thousands of CDs have been retrieved in the scan results. You can see the various companies that issue the instrument, and you could resort the results by highest or lowest yield. If you want to check out all CDs from a single entity, enter the name in the issuer input field above and create a new search. Don't forget that I currently have a maturity range as part of my search. The agency bond scanner is very similar to that for CDs just described. However, Interactive Brokers currently supports only a small selection of agency bonds. Like CDs, the Treasury bond scanner is very straightforward. Note that to the right of the page, the T-bill box seems to be checked by default. Ensure that when you scan for any bonds to ensure that you have checked the appropriate Notes and Bonds checkbox. Once again, if I enter a min and max maturity date range, check Notes and Bonds, and then click Search, you will see the array of instruments to research. On the Muni Bond scanner, there are additional filters that often define Muni Bond issues. You will see that you can include or exclude general obligation bonds, revenue bonds, or those exempt from federal tax, for example. In order to locate bonds available to you as a resident of a specific state, use the drop-down menu to select a state. The default universe is for all states, and so you may want to select one from the list. I will choose Connecticut, and without refining a maturity date range, click Search. You will see more than 1,000 issues returned. Click on any column header to sort the page, or use the Edit button to return to the bond scanner for additional filtering. You may be searching for government debt issued by other countries. The best shortcuts using the available filters are the currency input field and the issuer country listing. If I select Austria as the issuer country as an example and click on the search button, you can see 21 items are retrieved by the search. Next, I'd like to know how many of these issues are made in euro currency. From the currency selector, choose EUR for euros and then search. You will see that the same number of bonds is returned, meaning that none is denominated in any other currency. If you're not seeing market data, it could be that either the local market is closed or that you do not currently have market data permission for the exchange where those bonds trade. Click the currency drop-down to select a different currency or choose any at the bottom of the list.